Hi, I'm Diego, and I'm going to talk about why communication is important. In case you couldn't tell, I'm a wee bit frazzled right now. Let's get to it. Let's see, song of the week. Whatever you want to sing in the shower, and the weather is quite nice outside. It's a little bit windy, but it's nice. It's nice. My school does this thing where we can, self-schedule for our classes, so we, build our schedule, which is kind of unusual for high school to do. But it's really awesome. So that's what I did today. I did the self-scheduling. It didn't go horribly, at least, not in the way you might expect it to. I mean, I got exactly the schedule that I thought I would get. So here's how self-scheduling usually works. You go into a room when you're assigned to, you're crowded with a bunch of other people, and you sit down at a laptop, and then you just, click the classes that you want, but usually it's not the ones that you actually want, it's the ones that are available, which is, this weird-ass little system for how they, figure that out. This means you want to get there, earlier, so that way you can just be in and out faster, and you don't have to wait in lines and stuff. New location interlude! So it's during my lunch period, and I want to get there early, so instead of, dropping by my locker to get my lunch, I go in, and I'm the second person in, which is, uber cool, because that means that there's absolutely no lines, and I can just sit down and get straight to it. And it was actually good that I got there that early, because by the time that I actually sat down, there was already a big line. So I'm the second person in, I'm roaring and ready to go, I know what I want, and then I leave a little over an hour and a half later. This means it most definitely cut into my next period, rather than just my lunch. And then I got to my 6th period class with, about 10 minutes left. All without having eaten a single bite. But Diego, what does this have to do with communication? Asked the non-existent masses. Well, I did have scheduling conflicts, which made me have to change classes, which is always a big bureaucratic nightmare. But no, that took 3 minutes. Was it system crashes that made everyone start over several times? No, the technology cooperated this year. To put it simply, one of my classes didn't exist. There was a wee bit of a mix-up between the people making the classes and the people making the master schedule. I'd just like to use this as an opportunity to point out that my school offers a class called Adventure, which, besides being the coolest name for a class, is itself the coolest class. So part of what's so cool and memorable about the class is that it's partially taught by student leaders. The teachers come up with a list of approved leaders and, when they plan to lead and stuff. This is where the mix-up was. It was understood that the people who were signed up to be leaders for this one class offered during one period were the only people who were allowed to take the class that they were leading. So in all of the servers, there were 5 people who could take this class who were supposed to be leading it. I was supposed to be in that class so I could lead the next semester. It was leader training. So people like me who were registered to be in that class before just weren't in the systems for it. Let's see if I can't explain this visually. So how it's supposed to work is we have this blue class and we have this black class. And we have the people in black supposed to be with the class that is black. And we have the people in blue supposed to be taking the blue class. I'm the blue person, let's say, and this is leader training, and then this is leading that class. But how it was understood is that these people would be taking this class, and these people were registered to take this class, but weren't allowed to because of the list or something. And so then these people just don't have a class, and then this class just didn't exist. Not only did this mean that the little blue people have to, individually now register for the blue class, but the people in black just don't know where to go. It's what do we do? Where do we belong? Is this even a place anymore? Is this imaginary land? I don't know if you could tell, but my explanation via floppy disk is a great hit among the kids. But yeah, I was apparently the first person to run into this problem. Or if I wasn't the first, I was the first person to try to deal with it. That makes me hope I was actually the first person to run into it, and that other people didn't just drop it because it wasn't there. It also helps highlight how important communication is. Even just by my asking, I help solve my problem, whereas other people might have just not asked and not have known. And just the process of figuring it out helped demonstrate how important clear communication is. Not only did the department heads not communicate with each other effectively to begin with, but while trying to figure out what happened, they just didn't talk well. This lack of good communication, when there even was communication, just made everything so much harder. And this is gummed up enough that even though they figured out what the problem is, they still have to fix it on a case-by-case basis, which makes things really long and awkward and, like, really, really difficult. It's so crucial to learn how to just communicate effectively, and even just open up lines of communication. So I spent a long, stressful day remembering the advice that John Green gives for so many things. Just talk. Just talk. Talk with words or pictures or charades. Just make sure you talk and communicate, because that makes things work. And I hope I've been able to communicate effectively today. If you need any questions answered or clarifications made, I'm always available in the comments or on Twitter. Until next time.